just took off on that one, and he might have just won the game for him.
Alright, we are live. Hello, Adam. Hello, David Wolfie. Good to see you guys. Hope you're all doing good on this chilly Monday evening. It's snowing here, but I hope everybody is doing good. Good to see you. Happy to be here on this Monday night Madden prime time football. Good to see everybody here. Thank you all for being here, spending your Monday evening with me. Glad to be here with all of you. So it's Chicago versus Minnesota tonight. Hopefully it'll be a good game. Hope you all had a great weekend. No. Go back. All right.
Tonight, from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings taking on Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Tonight we've got the crew set for what should be a real treat, a great Monday night matchup, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Greg Joseph now ready to get this one started, and we are underway from Minneapolis. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And not only does he have all the skills that you're looking for as a quarterback, he's incredibly tough and plays the game fearlessly as both a runner and a passer. You provide a good running game around him and let him throw deep off of play action, you've got an all-star in the making.
Starting on the ground with Herbert. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Herbert once more. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Here's Fields. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. 4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill. Brandon Powell deep for Minnesota. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Under center for the Vikings, out comes the former Michigan State Spartan and longtime veteran Kirk Cousins.
And one nice thing you can always say about Kirk Cousins is that he's consistent. Always puts up nice numbers each and every year.
All right, let's see what's going to happen here.
It's been the lack of playoff success. All in all, though, a formidable starting quarterback at a time in the league where it's tough to find your franchise guy.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Cousins now. Finds his man. And now look at this.
No, come on, dude. Hold on to the dang ball. Really?
Just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
All right.
A lot of talk this week about
get that ball back.
Security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice.
Would have been a great play, but just gotta hold on to the ball.
Sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch. See some
I think Wolfie put butter on that ball. I blame Wolfie for that one.
While you're doing so, and there's your end result right there.
I am Minnesota.
And they'll begin by running the option. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
I'm the home team.
Herbert powering up the middle. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Now Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. Oh, they stopped him shy of the marker, thought they were bringing up 4th down, and then that penalty.
Let's face it, they thought they had bent, but could absorb that, right? Instead, they broke as a result of their own penalty.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Hand off right side for Herbert. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Come on, defense. Get that ball back.
Speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now a 2nd and 10. To throw is Fields. That's complete to his running back, Herbert. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
They'll line up with 4 receivers here on 3rd and 10. Back to throw, Fields. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
No, Fields is off, and on comes Cairo Santos for the Chicago field goal.
No.
Santos' kick is up and through.
All right.
And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first.
All right, that's going to work here.
So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
And good starting field
Appreciate you guys being here. Hope you're doing good.
35-yard line. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They fumbled the last time they had the football. Fortunate that it only led to a field goal. 3-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Play fake. Cousins. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. And he was able to shed 1 tackle, but could not get away from there. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Keep going.
And they stop him up
4th and 2. I'm going for it. Gotta get that first down.
4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
4th and short, partner.
You gotta get that first down.
This would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side.
I don't know. That may hurt me, but why not? Alright, there we go. Good job.
I'm feeling it.
And he is going to pick up the Vikings first down, it would appear. Yes, he does by a full yard. They get the conversion on 4th and 2.
Alright.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins. That's down the field for Jefferson. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge.
It would have been a great catch.
Too far at 2nd down.
Come on, dude.
Throwing is Cousins. He's going to find Jefferson open downfield. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2.
All right, here we go. Move the chains.
First down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Why not?
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. First carry for the Boise State Bronco, Alexander Madison. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Gonna run
get that first down.
Again. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
All right.
From the red zone now, Cousins.
Oh, overshot it.
End zone, but it's incomplete.
Overshot it.
Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And he'll get him inside the 15.
At least I'm in field goal range no matter what.
Line. 4 yards.
I'd rather have
gain,
6.
It'll bring up a 3rd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a
all right, there we go. 1st and goal.
Out route incomplete. That's Osborne. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
This should do it. Right up the middle. Keep going.
Up the middle. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change
your
sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may...
And he will take this one into the end
there we go.
For a Viking touchdown. Alexander Madison, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think
it was easy
to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead.
Too bad it wasn't a 6. All right.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. The Chicago offense set to get started. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Now it's Fields. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On the option left is Fields. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Fields going to keep it once more. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a 3rd down.
That's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
Play action. It's Fields. He'll buy some time right. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Fields. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 22-yard line. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Man-covers were so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he had an easy lane to hit, and hit it he did.
Hello, gamer. Good to see you. How you doing, sir?
On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Fields now to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Give that sack to Harrison Phillips, the big man.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Herbert now on the option. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It'll be a gain of 4, but it'll bring us now to a 3rd and goal. Here's Fields. And it's caught. Touchdown. Cole Kmet, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Bears have retaken the lead.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Santos on to try the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So that drive goes a full 80 yards in 10 plays.
And it was all capped off by Cole Kmet with a touchdown catch. Well, after the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. That often runs you into a penalty.
Here's a give to Madison running right. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
Yeah, I know. I know. All right. Sorry, I got distracted, okay? That's my fault.
Accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Now they need 15
Trying
yards
to
on
share
this
up my
series
stream
after
here,
the
but
delay of game. 1st and 15. Play action now. Cousins.
really? You're going to sack me now for that?
Taken down. A Bear
All right,
sack.
fine, be that way.
Dominique Robinson. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Throwing. Cousins.
There we go. Oh, come on, dude. Hold on to the ball.
And Charles got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force an incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Nope, nope.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll go out near the
All right, 1st down. Move the chains.
A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just
How's it going, everyone? Hope you guys are doing good. Happy to have you guys that are here.
So far that you can catch everything underneath, but still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. Off the play fake. Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And
there we go.
Boy, how about that one? He reeled it
nice catch.
For a touchdown. So a one-handed grab in the end zone.
Would you look at that?
Rewarding than that for a guy catching it.
Not at all. And with what we just saw there, that type of one-handed catch, what's next? Maybe they go up and almost Velcro with their jersey in the ball. That's about all that's left. That play, simply spectacular.
So a one-handed grab in the end zone, not much more impressive than that. Joseph on for the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was all capped off by Justin Jefferson's touchdown reception. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear 1st down.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a 1st down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Fields looking deep here from Mooney. This is caught inside the 15. And he will go out of bounds down at the 15-yard line. A huge play there for Chicago. 44 yards.
That's a well-thrown ball right there. This is where arm strength pays off because he's got to be able to get the ball both downfield and to the sideline. And that's one of the more difficult throws for a quarterback. And he put it right where it needed to be.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Fields. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit, they recovered in time to deny him the 1st down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
1st down marker at the 5. It's 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Fields. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. DJ Moore from 6 yards away. And the Bears have yet again retaken the lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
Santos now to add the PAT. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. So that drive, 4 plays. And it concludes with a touchdown reception by DJ Moore. Well, after the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. And able to get this out to the 25. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. On play action, Cousins. He's got a man, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 32 that time.
And this is how you answer a touchdown the other end. You come out throwing to start your own drive. And not just throwing, but pushing it down the field. And they come up with a big play as they try to answer back with a score of their own.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Cousins. That is incomplete. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Cousins. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Cousins again. He's got his target. That's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Here's Madison running on first down. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Another carry now for Madison. Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I'd keep going back to him.
On second down, this is Madison. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. They go play action. Cousins. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. K.J. Osborne. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings have moved out in front. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Joseph connects on the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it's polished off by a Vikings score. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. Onto the field now come the Bears. And right now we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
Now Herbert to start the drive. They juked him, and they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Good push up front, and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Read option, here's Herbert. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
From the 42-yard line, here's a 2nd down and 4. They'll go again with Herbert. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, you know they had a 3rd down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
Here we go. 222.
Now a 1st down throw, Fields. And he will slide to a halt at the end of that one. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
No shortage of impressive moments from him thus far. Now he's halfway to the century mark, and we're still in the first half. There's been no answer for his running ability so far by the defense. I can't wait to see what adjustments they'll have to make during the halftime break.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equinemius St. Brown. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Draw play, a give to Herbert. And he'll go down at the 28. 56 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
They run it on first with Foreman. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. A handoff for Herbert, and he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
Can we just take that run and turn it into a kind of a clip and save? Because that tells you everything you need to know about this drive. They've been moving the ball awfully well.
And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. A shotgun snap, Fields. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 13-yard line. 12 yards on 3rd down as the drive rolls on.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a 1st down.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Fields going to keep it running right. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a 1st down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
Four yards to go on 2nd down from the 7. Looking to throw. Fields. This is caught. Touchdown Bears. DJ Moore with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half, as his guys have now moved out in front. These two teams in this 1st half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes, because that's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. Now the point after try for Santos. And that one gives them a 3-point lead. So that one a long 11-play drive.
And it concludes with a touchdown reception by DJ Moore. Well, after the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. This offense returns to the fold along with running back Alexander Madison. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen and put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Now a give to Madison. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Cousins to throw it. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Kyler Gordon picks it off. And the Bears are going to get the football here at their own 23. Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Starting on the ground with Herbert. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The 71 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Herbert once more. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. From the gun, here's Fields. That'll be caught by Foreman. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 16 yards is the pickup there and a 1st down for Chicago.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st down, it's Fields. Open man right side is St. Brown. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On play action, Fields. And pass complete to Moore. And he's taken down inside the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Talk about a big first half. Already has the 2 touchdowns, adding to his receiving total there and picking up the 1st down.
He's coming off the line so fast. I think he's intimidating the defensive backs with his explosiveness, and he's chipping away at their confidence.
On 1st down, Fields. And he'll go right back to Moore, completing in.
Come on.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's another 1st down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. A throw left side taken in by Kmet. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Throwing again is Fields. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown. Justin Fields fighting Darnell Mooney as his guys are able to extend their lead.
As a former defender, I would be angry as well. Could not get off the field. Well-executed offensive drive. No matter what the defense tried, they couldn't stop them.
Santos now to add the PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive in total 8 plays. And finishing it all off was Darnell Mooney with a touchdown reception. Well, after the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
On first down, they look downfield, and it's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. It's another first down on a big gainer there, 33 yards.
You ask tight ends about their favorite routes to run, and surprisingly, this will pop up as one of their staples because they run so many routes in the middle of the field. How about this one? Starts downfield, bends it to the corner, great touch on the football, and they turn that one into a big play.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Madison. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
2nd down and 6 now. They'll run a draw now with Akers. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now Cousins. A leap, and he's got it. T.J. Hawkinson. High in the air to bring it in. And the Vikings are back within a score. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
Joseph now to have the PAT. And the lead is down to a field goal now. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it was T.J. Hawkinson who finished the drive with a touchdown reception. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. The offense set to get going. Justin Fields bringing him out at quarterback. He continues to just torch this defense. Perfect on the last drive, including his 4th touchdown pass of the game.
Similar to hitters that are in that great zone in baseball, and they say the ball looks bigger when it's approaching the plate and they're smacking it around. I think for him, the windows to throw into are wide open. Doesn't matter whether they're tight or not. He feels like it's wide open, puts it in there. 4 touchdown passes. He thinks he's going to throw a whole lot more before this one's over.
Back to the air. Fields on 2nd down. Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Fields to Kmet there for a Chicago first. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Herbert powering up the middle. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back,
You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Now 2nd and 5. On the option right is Fields. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Fields on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Bears' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Here's Fields. And again back to Komet. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
They've looked his way quite a bit, and in my estimation, as well they should.
Well, that's now 5 catches in this 1st half alone.
And he picks up another 1st down. He's been an important part of their offense here early.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Fields on 1st down. There's a short throw. It's caught by Komet. 2 minutes remaining in this 1st half of football. Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. To throw is Fields. That's complete to Mooney. And Mooney going to have a Bears 1st down as he takes it down to the 20-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Again, Fields. A quick throw there is incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Back to throw. Fields. Open man is Komet, the tight end. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
3rd and 3. Fields throwing again. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Jonathan Bullard. Able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up 4th down.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop.
No, Fields is off, and on comes Cairo Santos for the Chicago field goal.
This from 32 yards away. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Justin Jefferson and the rest of this offense, they've got their helmets back on, and they're ready for this next series.
Making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but he's shredding defenses, getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
And just 25 seconds to go in the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. Play fake. Cousins.
He'll find Osborne here. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Cousins now from the 50.
That's down the field for Jefferson.
And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. 4 seconds left, and there's the timeout. In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, just a 32-yard attempt. The kick by Joseph is good. And that will bring the deficit back down to 3.
Well, a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our downtown Orlando studios in this EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams as they've already made their way back out of the locker room. So to bring you the story of the second half, let's get you right back out to Brandon Godden.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? This taken in at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Don't give him nothing. Don't give him nothing.
Now the Vikings offense set to go to work to begin this third quarter. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point.
Hey Raven, good to see you. How you doing? Good seeing you. Good seeing everybody here. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Having a great Monday.
Now Akers to start the third quarter on the ground. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected.
It's been a close game all night here. Hopefully I can prevail in the second half here.
You're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
I'm doing good. Been having a good stream here. Appreciate you guys being here.
From busting this open, that's a good start for him.
They'll go Madison up the middle. And he's got
Alright, 2nd and 5. I'm gonna
on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because
might as well.
It really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
Here's Cousins.
There we go. Open, catch it. Nope.
To the right side.
Come on, dude.
And it falls incomplete.
All right, let's try it again.
They come up now 3rd and 5.
You gotta get that first down.
Pass. Cousins now.
There we go. Nice.
He's got Hawkinson. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Throwing is Cousins.
Come on. That would have been the catch.
But it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, these defensive backs have been getting torched all game long. And finally, a small measure of revenge here. That time the coverage downfield is excellent.
Passing game was awesome in the first half.
And force the incomplete pass.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And a big turnover.
All right, second one tonight.
Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when
should have been an INT or a PIT.
To make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half.
Let's get that ball back.
Their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one
Come on,
for
D,
them
get him.
because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
85 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Now Fields going to keep it running left.
We got some Bears fans. We got some Vikings fans.
And And this is one of those plays that if you can use it to keep the chains moving, it's a good play. And not only that, it tends to tamp down the pass rushers because they have to recognize this play and stay at home. The quarterback uses it well. Read option, keeps it, and picks up a first down with some nice running.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A play fake, now Fields to throw.
There we go.
And that is
Could have been a sack.
on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line
Would have been a
judge.
sack. Come on.
The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Fields going to keep
There we go.
Right.
Nice.
And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately.
All right, let's go D. Come on, D.
And now it's 3rd down.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
Third down and 13. Fields.
There we go.
Here he lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
All right, let's do it again. Forcing the punt.
That ball popped free. We could hear it all the way up here.
Punt the
Those
ball.
guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
Here comes the Bears
All right.
punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Going to run with Madison again. Fights loose.
There we go.
76 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
There's so many definitions of a complete back. I think most people think a guy who can block, a guy who can catch, and a guy who can run. But how about when you put it all together as a runner and you can fake people out, you can
Going
be
for it.
shifty, and also run with some power and break tackles, as we just saw. On
Gotta get that first down. Come on. There we go. Nobody. Oh, go. There we go.
And he will have the first down as he's brought
Nice.
down up near midfield. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. So he needed 1. He ended up
All
getting
right,
3.
move the chains.
I really like the
Let's
way
go.
he ran that one too.
1st and
That's really
10.
intelligent running, because oftentimes a running back could get too greedy. Try and hit the home run on a play where you just need a few yards. Well done there, making sure you got the first down and not worrying about trying to get a touchdown.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Play action now. Cousins.
Nobody there.
This is caught
Nobody
at the
there.
20.
Go. There we go.
Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Vikings have taken the lead here.
There we go.
I know we often laugh and sometimes
Beautiful.
we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field.
GG's in the chat.
Touchdown to the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Kevin O'Connell choosing to lead his guys out there, and they'll go for 2.
Wow.
Cousins will try and throw.
There we go. There we go. Nice.
And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational. You have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw complete there to St. Brown.
All right, come on, D.
Just shy of the 40, down at
Don't
the
let him score.
39. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Fields now to throw. And that, nearly picked off. Well, it would have been a great time for their first interception of the game. Instead, it's 2nd down.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Here's Fields now on 2nd down. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA, with a sack.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on to kick it away.
All right.
Here's Powell on the return.
There we go.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. There's a glimpse of Justin Jefferson, the wide receiver, as he and the Minnesota Vikings return back here on offense.
And I think we both agreed he could have a really good game with this matchup, but over 200 yards now.
I don't think we saw it as that good. And I think what really makes it special is when games like this are occurring, It's not just getting locked in and in the zone and on a roll. It's continuing to adjust throughout the game because you know the defense is kicking coverages towards him, trying their best to slow him down, and he keeps getting the better of them.
Yeah, whatever they've done, it hasn't worked. A second down throw for Cousins. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. That's
Come on, catch the ball. Let's go.
Incomplete.
They were maybe hoping for a little bit of a
for
back
2.
shoulder fade there. And that's a play
0 for 2.
It's been in vogue the last few years in all aspects of football. But they couldn't get the hook up there.
And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down
Going for
at
it.
about the 36.
Gotta get that first down. Come on now.
On these thus far, so why not try again here on fourth down?
There we go.
They'll go for it. And boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a
Nope.
little short, and he didn't get there.
Darn it.
So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position.
That's right.
So
Don't worry.
nursing a slim lead, and that is the opposite of protecting that slim lead.
All I can think here is that head coach, he knows more about what's going on with his team than we do. He must know something's up. Either he has trouble
I mean,
with
it's
his
better,
punter,
a lot better
right?
than
He's worried about his
interception.
defense.
That's for sure.
There's an explanation in there that we're going to ask for after the game, because in this situation, I wouldn't have done that in normal circumstances, but maybe he thought my best opportunity is with my offense.
Yeah, interesting. Back in their own territory now. We'll see
Over there. Come on.
And the result here,
There we go.
8, leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Come on, D.
Good
Get that ball back.
first down, exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
The ball on the 32. It's 2nd and 2. On the option,
There we go.
right is
Nice.
Fields.
Good
And
job.
maybe the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against him throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
Third and 5. Out of the gun, Fields. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
No, Fields is off, and on comes Cairo Santos for the Chicago field goal. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt.
Nope.
Santos' kick is up and through.
All right.
And that will cut the lead down to just 2. So that's 3 field goals for him now, but heck, he's not even halfway to his career best of 7.
Seems like the 7 field goal games are the kind of games I always get assigned to in my other job. Let's hope for this offense's sake they can start cashing in on a few of these drives.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired, CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they want to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on 4th down. Now they want to make
Pass
it
interference.
pay off. They want to pay homage to the
Nice.
defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
So pass interference, the call there. Always, obviously, Charles, such a subjective call. You agree with the penalty?
Well, from where we're standing right now, I think the officials are tightening things up here in the second half. Maybe a defender gets away with that in the first. But this time the flag comes out, and I think it's a good call.
On the comeback route, he's got Jefferson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Running from the shotgun with Madison. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Second down, Cousins. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is third down. To throw, Cousins. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They'll run it with Madison, and he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. Now Cousins here on the bootleg. And that's going to be incomplete.
Definitely got to be careful here. Got to be careful.
For a minute, but that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
On third down, Cousins.
Here we go.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
Really? All right.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Joseph's got it, and that will push the lead up to 5.
Not the greatest, but hey.
So give him 3 on that drive. You know, normally you'd say we'll take it, but the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, are field goals going to be enough? Because as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Here's a give to Herbert. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
Here's 3rd and 6. Now it's Fields. He's got his target. That's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. He's up now to 80 yards receiving in the ball game, and he's got a first down.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. Now a first down throw, Fields. There's Mooney with another catch. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
But he's turning in a nice performance. Remember, he had the touchdown earlier, and this time he's able to beat double coverage to grab it.
I think that if he weren't worried about a taunting penalty, he'd run by the opposing team's bench and say, guys, 2 is not going to be enough. You better get some more guys trying to cover me. He knows how to get open downfield.
Fields throw complete there to Moore.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 24 now, here's a 2nd and 8. A give left side here for Herbert.
And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd.
Now Fields.
Buying time to his left. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5.
Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down.
Oh, man. Just when the D thought they had the answer for him, he went and changed the question. Surprises him by taking off himself. Is able to set up his offense pretty with a 1st and goal.
Here's Fields.
And he's got it. Touchdown. Cole Kmet, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Bears have retaken a 3rd quarter lead.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Bears offense staying put, and Justin Fields always a threat to run. They'll go for 2 here.
They'll look to throw. This is caught. Was he in? Yes. 2 points. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
Well, after the touchdown, here's the punter, Trenton Gill, to kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6.
Cousins to throw it.
Pass complete to Addison.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Here's Madison running on first down.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Another carry now for Madison. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them. And boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Throwing, Cousins.
Middle of the field to Jefferson.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 18. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
From the red zone now, Cousins.
And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson.
An 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Vikings answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th
Too easy.
lead. Plenty of scoring
All right.
here of late, and our lead
48-45. Oh boy. I don't know.
They just gave up a touchdown on the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
No, why'd I do that? Shoot. I don't want that.
The Vikings going to signal for their first of their
Sorry,
timeouts.
I have to.
That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
All right. There we go.
Joseph now to add the PAT. And that will make
there we
this
go.
a 4-point game. That time
I mean,
6-play drive.
I don't know if I would have made it if that, with that fake. You never know. Just too costly right now. You got 12 minutes left in the game. You don't want to risk it.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. The Bears offense now heading back out.
Appreciate you guys watching tonight. I hope you guys enjoying the stream.
They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now
you guys are awesome. Thank you for spending your Monday night with me.
Here the fourth quarter. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Now Herbert to start the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
A shotgun snap, Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney. Down the right sideline. Darnell Mooney. Touchdown.
Wow. All right.
Darnell Mooney.
His 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Bears use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th.
So minutes after giving up the lead in the 4th quarter, they say not so fast. Big play, and they grab that lead right back.
Talk about a seesaw game. Up, down, up, down. Did you have a seesaw? Did you play
It's going to be a close game all the way to the end.
Absolutely.
You had to make sure that you matched weight, though, on the other side, though, right? Otherwise, you could be up in the air a long time.
Should have went for 2.
By the way, we're not done in this one. I think we're set up for an
Should have went for 2.
Santos able to tack on the extra point.
I hate to say it, but I guess I got to do that until the end of the game.
That drive started on their own 25.
That's the plan.
75 yards later, into the end zone.
Need every score we can get.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Justin Jefferson and the rest of this offense, they've got their helmets
got
back
2 timeouts left, 12 minutes left in the game. Cannot risk anything else.
Trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him?
Should have been first down.
Our team, so we don't have to cover him anymore.
Technically, we should have been first down.
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen.
All right.
Good thought.
Let's go.
On 2nd down, this is Madison. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. And quickly, they get to the line. Third and short yardage. Cousins. And as he throws, he lost the football. It's loose.
Really? Come on.
Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But two, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place.
I don't want to,
now
but I'm not going to risk it.
Go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
So
All right.
they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away.
There we go. Nice.
It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And the Bears take over. Darnell Mooney and the rest of this offense ready to go again. He's north of 150 yards in this game. He's been doing his thing, hasn't he?
That he has, and he's been enjoying himself. And it's the type of game that you get locked into a pretty good groove. May not be record-shattering, but it's the type of game that if you accumulate that throughout a season, you're going to be one of the top receivers in the game.
See how much they incorporate him here on this drive. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Moore, the man in motion. And he'll get it here on the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Third and 4. Back to throw. Fields. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. There's a glimpse of Justin Jefferson, the wide receiver, as he and the Minnesota Vikings return back here on offense. So far, he has the trio of touchdowns. Obviously, it's been a pretty good game for him.
So if this were hockey, they'd be throwing their hats out on the ice for the hat trick, right? I'm not sure exactly what you do in the NFL except applaud and continue to hope you see a little bit more of this. What a tremendous game.
You want to start a new tradition? What can we throw on the field?
I don't know.
Throw your mic out there.
A lot of fans would like that. Cut his mic off.
3 touchdowns so far. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They'll start on the ground with Madison. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. They go play action. Cousins. That's down the field for Jefferson. And the 3rd interception thrown by Cousins. picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Here's Fields. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Now an option play on 2nd down. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. They'll run with Herbert. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On 1st down, Fields. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Now a 2nd and 10. On the option left is Fields. Oh, no, he lost the football. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. Now, I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
So they recover their own fumble. Now they face 3rd and short. A handoff for Herbert. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Matt Eberflus is going to take a risk here on 4th down. He is going to go for it. They're going for it. Here's Herbert. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Justin Fields taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Bears are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead.
Nothing like understanding where your escape hatches are as a quarterback. Here he's looking, but he knows he doesn't want to force anything. So when nothing avails itself, he slips past the rushers, takes it right up the middle, and takes it into the end zone.
Now the point after try for Santos. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was all capped off by the Justin Fields touchdown run. He took it in himself.
All right.
Well, after the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away.
Interceptions, fumbles really do hurt you, especially this late in the game.
And he takes this near the 25.
Should have just kept on the ground that last time, but you know, it is what it is.
And now out comes Minnesota. And
Come
the
on.
script really is flipped for them.
There's still a lot of game left, but
try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Going to begin the drive here with Madden.
We're down 2 scores.
Take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, the end of all that
And you don't have much time left with 2 timeouts remaining.
Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger
All right, 1st down. Good.
Shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's a give to Madison.
There we go.
Right. Oh, some strong running. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Now Cousins. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Cousins throw pulled in by Jefferson.
1st and goal, 2:57 left to go.
This game not quite as good as the last, but
gotta get that ball in the end zone.
Between the two. First and goal.
Come on.
They got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run here with Akers.
There we go. There we go. There we go.
And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line.
That's good hard running right there on first and goal.
2-minute warning.
That gets him down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
Madison.
All the way in. All the way in. There we go. Nice.
Touchdown, Minnesota. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should realize they're not going away. Now
All right.
the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Going for it.
So now here are the Vikings faced with a big 2-point conversion attempt.
Joseph, how you doing? Good to see you. Come on, go, go. There we go. Nice.
The end zone again, so he gets the touchdown and the 2-point conversion, and that'll cut this deficit down a little bit further.
Whew. Let's go.
You and I were talking before the game. The 2-point conversions from the 15-16
Good to see it, Joseph. Good to see everybody here. If you're enjoying this stream, please hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Really appreciate you guys being here tonight. We got 2 minutes left of this game. Can I prevail with a W? You guys are awesome for being here. Appreciate you guys for tuning in.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay
Hanging in there,
zone.
that is good. I'm thinking about you. Haven't seen you in a while. You getting all that snow.
Confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again.
Lucky
Doesn't matter
you.
what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now.
All right, 2-minute warning coming up.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go around.
They'll start with the option.
Nice.
And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute
Been busy.
warning.
So the Bears
I
with
bet.
the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second down
Especially
now
with
as
the
they
massive
search for a way to
snowstorm
get this one
hitting
to
the
the
East
finish
Coast.
line. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. Now
All right, oh, there we go. Nice, nice. 3rd and 14.
This stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust
All right,
more on
come
your
on.
team?
Now, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see.
Try to take this home. They'll run.
There we go.
And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Here comes the Bears punter now.
Come on, kick it.
He'll come on for his 5th kick of the night.
Don't got much time left.
Oh, the return is Powell.
A good return there, call it
32 seconds remaining. I don't know, guys. I don't know.
So Cousins and the Vikings down by 2. A little over 30 seconds remaining. A field goal would be a game winner as they come up on first down.
All right, come on. Let's go.
Now Cousins. He's going to let it fly.
There we go. There we go. There we go. Hell yeah. There we go. First down.
That's a good field position. What a play right there. That nearly went the distance. Credit this defense for not giving up. They get him down just short of the goal line, but the damage is
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Still called.
from an ideal position.
I hate
That was a
that.
long shot, but they did get one final chance to try to score and overcome this small deficit. No
All right,
touchdown
it's all right.
Charles.
It's all right.
And that brings this one to a close.
Yeah, I think Hope was wearing one jersey, and Worry was wearing another on the other sideline as that final snap played out. Now, we've seen some incredible plays to win games before, but in this case, I think the distance was just a little bit too great for it to happen here.
Oh well. GG's in chat. I don't know why it does that.
For Charles Davis and all our crew,
It was a good game.
You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Minneapolis, good night, everybody.
Darn it. So close. Oh well. So I want to thank you all for tuning in tonight. I really hope you guys enjoy the stream. Before I leave you, I'm going to send you guys over to Amy Licious. She's playing 7 Days to Die Rebirth Purge mod with Brothers from Another Mothers. So we're gonna do I'm gonna send you over there. Let me just give me the link real quick, and we're gonna do a hashtag N.O.R.A raid. So thank you all for tuning in tonight. Really hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Join me over there. That's where I'm heading next. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, hitting that like button, subscribing to the channel. I will be live tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll either be playing Fortnite or Rainbow Six. So you guys have a good night. I'll see you over there. Thank you all for being here. Much love to you all. Stay safe, stay healthy, and have a good night. Much love.